I got to interview Nicholas Kristof. He writes for the New York Times. He writes a lot about human trafficking and kind of social justice issues. He and his wife Cheryl Wu Dunn have co-authored a book called Half the Sky, and it's about human trafficking and tells the girls' stories, and it kind of tells their interactions because they've spent a lot of time abroad. One of the stories he tells in Half the Sky is when he was in Cambodia in 2004 and he purchased the freedom of two girls that had been locked in the brothel. And it was kind of a controversial method of rescue, but he did it for two reasons. One, obviously for the girls' sake, but two, also because through their stories and through that experience he has been able to really spread the word about human trafficking and just the atrocities that happen with it. So of the two girls that he rescued, he paid $200 for one of them and he paid $150 for the other. And he said what staggered him was that he actually got receipts for both of them. Got a receipt for buying a human being in the 21st century, which is just absurd. It worked out reasonably well for one of the women. She's married now and has a baby, and she married one of the officers in the town there. The story of the other girl, the second girl, is a little bit more grim. Her family thought that she was dead because these girls are abducted. So it was a really joyous homecoming, but after Kristof and some other people that helped her get set up, like running a little market in the town, reality hit, and she had been addicted to drugs that they'd been giving her, methamphetamines at the brothel, and so the need just kicked in, and so she went back. She returned back to slavery because she needed that fix. But fortunately, eventually, after she went back to slavery, back to her hometown, deliberately going back because she kept needing that fix. Eventually there was a crackdown in the town, partly by the police actually getting involved rather than just looking the other way, and partly by Kristof's writing and other people's writing and other NGOs. And her brothel finally actually shut down. And now, finally, she's married and out of slavery, and she finally has a happy ending. Kristof mentions that it's obviously not the perfect solution, but that by doing things like this and getting the word out, reminds us that we don't have to resign ourselves to allowing slavery to continue, and it allows us to remember that there is hope.